Hey guys, welcome back into the Stokastic YouTube channel. My name's Geoff Ulrich, and in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit of Monday Night Football for Week 13. We got the Bucs, we got the Saints visiting the Bucs. We got actually a pretty close game, a 3-point spread here. Bucs obviously favored by 3 at home, and a low point total sitting around 41. We're going to be talking about no house advantage in this video as well. If you're new to no house advantage, there's a couple different ways to play. In this video, I'm mainly going to be touching on the pick'em contest. In these contests, we're creating prop-based style DFS lineups. We're going to take a bunch of props from no house advantage, the ones they give us. We're going to put them in a lineup, assign different values to them, throw them in a contest, and play for big prizes against a bunch of other players. It's a unique way to play daily fantasy sports, and it's definitely worth checking out. And if you are new to no house advantage, when you're signing up there, use promo code Stokastic because you get a $50 match deposit bonus. You deposit $50, they match your bonus with an extra $50. Then you get to try out the site. You can play on a bunch of different contests. You can try and build your bankroll. There's a bunch of different things you can do with it. There's also the versus the house contest on No House Advantage. There, you're just creating your own parlay style multiplier tickets. Again, all the way up to 20x. You can do 2, you can do 3, you can put it five props together on the same ticket and go for the big payout. So no house advantage, bringing the heat, lots of different ways to play. We're going to be talking, like I said, the pick'em contest here. So we're going to be looking at the props from this game, picking out which ones are best. We're going to be leaning on the Stokastic projections. There are free projections on no house advantage. Or on Stokastic.com, for no house advantage. So check those out after you're done watching this video. Again, free projections on Stokastic.com for no house advantage. If you could, smash that like button, subscribe to the Stokastic YouTube channel. There's lots of great stuff coming up after this video as well. Okay, enough from me. Let's dive into it. Well, you're going to hear more from me, but enough about that. Let's dive into it and let's get into this game. And we'll talk about this one. Should be close. Always a close game between the Saints and the Bucs. Saints have really had the Buccaneers number in the regular season. So we'll see if that continues. And look, I will just throw this out at the start. Andy Dalton, he hasn't played too bad the last couple games, so keep an eye on that. But let's start with the Bucs side of the ball. We do have a couple unders here projected. And again, I do think that this game is going to be kind of slower pace. I think it will be close. I think it's going to play out just how the totals project, maybe like a 2017 game. We're going to play for that. We're going to start with Rachaad White. I know Rachaad White, ton of touches the last couple weeks. He's produced, but part of what he's produced is just as a pass catcher as well. Leonard Fournette practiced in full this week. I know he's questionable for the game. He's probably going to play though. If Leonard Fournette comes, Rachaad White's carries are going to get really cut down here. Probably we're looking at like in the 8 to 12 range for Rachaad White. He's got a 61.5 rushing yard prop up on no house advantage. I think this one's an easy under. I don't even really want to make a contrarian play or an argument for Rachaad White. If Fournette's back, he's going to take a lot of the early down work. This game's close. Fournette's going to see a lot of field as well. So Rachaad White at 61.5, like the way he's played. It's not the greatest matchup in the world either. Saints D-line still pretty good. And then with just obviously, the early down veteran back in the mix, I think you got to fade Rachaad White here. If we had a passing prop or a receiving prop up on White, I'd probably take the over, but we don't. We just got the rushing, so we're going to go under. It's projecting as a strong one for us. All right, let's stick with the Bucs because like I said, expecting this to be a close game, expecting this to be not a ton of yardage on both sides. Maybe the defenses play well. We're going to go Mike Evans under 67.5 receiving yards. Mike Evans, pops up every now and then as he does with a decent game here and there, but he's really been inconsistent for fantasy. And what we've seen the last couple weeks is Chris Godwin starting to come on as the de facto #1 wide receiver. He's just better at getting open, doesn't have to worry about those tough matchups on the outside. And Mike Evans, over his career with the Saints, by the way, it's not good. I mean, he has gotten absolutely murdered by the Saints DBs over his career. If you just even look back down to his last 7 games that he's played against the Saints, he's only gone over 67.5 yards once, and he only got 69 yards in that game. So, he's had some terrible games against the Saints. They always play him tough on the outside. I'm not sure if it's just Marshawn Lattimore. He just doesn't like playing against New Orleans, but Mike Evans at 67.5. This is a big total. We got this projected as a strong underplay as well. We're going to take it because, quite frankly, this is just not a team that I want to take an over on against Mike Evans. I don't know if I want to take an over on Mike Evans at all right now with the way Chris Godwin's playing. So let's go under Mike Evans on this inflated total against the team that he really doesn't like playing. So we're going to stick with the Bucs. We're going to keep picking on the Buccaneers. It's not necessarily that I don't think they're going to win this game. I just don't think there's going to be a ton of points or yards. And, they have more inflated totals. They're the favorites. Their totals on no house advantage all a little bit bigger, I think, than they should be. And we got Tom Brady here with a 2.5 passing touchdown total. Now, this is one I definitely want to fade. This is just too big. If you look at what Brady's done this year, we know a few things to be true here. He's just not playing with the same vigor that we're used to seeing him. I know he's older and we can make the excuses for him, but he's only gone over 2.5 passing touchdowns once this season, and now we're asking him to do it against the Saints here in a close division game, a team he struggled against in the regular season. It could happen, but I'm definitely okay betting against it not happening. 2.5 passing touchdowns. This is one we have as a high up prop, something to fade. And again, I think it really goes in line with how we should be looking at this game. Again, 41 point total, close point spread. You got Brady and the Bucs also just running the ball a little bit more in the red zone this year. Fournette's going to be healthy, so expect to see more of him. I just don't think that the pass attempts are going to be there for Brady. Maybe he gets lucky and we get like a couple short touchdowns in the red zone, but other than that, I think you're pretty safe using this as a high up play. Tom Brady, under 2.5 passing touchdowns. That's how we're attacking the Bucs. Just a bunch of unders today. All right, we're going to talk about one player I do really like in this game, and I think it's going to have a good game. And I'm not saying I'm going against the projections here, but Chris Olave at 60.5 receiving yards. This is just one I like going over on. Maybe it's more of a contrarian play. I don't even know what people are going to do with this prop. I think people will still be a little bit nervous about it, but Chris Olave is a player who's second in the league in total air yards. He's getting a ton of downfield targets. And like I said, Andy Dalton hasn't played that poorly the last 3 weeks. So, he's getting the ball, went over 100 yards against the Rams in the last week, I believe it was. And he's just just playing really well. He's getting a lot of deep targets. Quarterback improved the play. So, we've got a little bit of a tough defense on tap with the Buccaneers, but they still allow decent yardage to the wide receivers. Not really afraid of their cornerbacks in any way, shape, or form. Just need Andy Dalton to stay upright a little bit to get the ball to Olave. I think that probably happens enough to go over here. I think if the Saints end up winning this game or just keep it close, I think end up covering. I think Olave is a big part of the story. So again, Alvin Kamara typically struggles against the Bucs, even as a receiver. I think that the Saints' path to victory here is through Olave, and I don't mind going over on his 60.5 receiving prop. So, quick recap: we're going to go under Rachaad White, 61.5 rush yards, under Mike Evans, 67.5 receiving yards, under Tom Brady, 2.5 passing touchdowns, fade those Bucs, and then over Chris Olave, 60.5 receiving yards. That's what we're going to do it for. That's going to do it, I should say, for Monday Night Football here, Week 13, closing out Week 13 here strong, hopefully. On Stokastic.com, you can find free projections for no house advantage. Again, just easy. Yeah, it really helps you create your lineups as well. You can use promo code Stokastic if you're new to No House Advantage to sign up. $50 match deposit bonus right off the top as well. Guys, smash that like button. Subscribe to the Stokastic YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. Most importantly, have yourselves a great Monday Night Football. My name's Geoff Ulrich. We'll talk to you again soon.